Now, he turns back and he looks at me like, yo, what's going on? What's wrong with you? You was okay. Why are you on the ground with the PlayStations, with the handbags, with the bags? I was still on the ground and I was still holding on to my bag on the right side and holding on to my PlayStation that was brand new. I was like, no, please, my PlayStation 2, bro. Don't be broken. No! Please, God. Take my knee and leave my PlayStation alone, man.
Take my leg instead. Take my leg.
But yeah, nah, it was traumatic, bro. But yeah, my brother comes in and he didn't know what to do. In case y'all didn't know, I have a little brother, right? I was 15, he was 12. He looked at my knee and he was like, okay, it's a problem. You know that it's a problem face? You know that this ain't light. Okay, this is not light. Face. He gave that to me, you know, when he was looking at my knee. So then he goes and calls my father and my uncle, right? They come to look at my knee and I was freaking the fuck out, okay? I was bugging because, again, bro, when it happened to me the first time, that subluxation or something, you know, I felt like there's no kneecap and my knee is crushed. And I thought the same thing this time, but, you know, I thought of it on a larger scale. And what sucks about it, bro, is that you can't get up. You can't help yourself. Like, you gotta realize that, you know, my knee stopped working, bro. Your knee stops working when a dislocation happens. Not even your knee, bro. Any type of like part in your body. So, you know, they called the ambulance to figure out how I can move, so they could put me in the ambulance truck or van, so they could take me to the hospital to fix my knee. So we call the ambulance. They get here in like 15 minutes or 10 minutes. I don't know, maybe 20 minutes. I don't remember. But it was around that time. So they come through, you know, and they tie my leg with something that ties stuff when it comes to the human body. I think it's medical. I don't know. But they tied my like shin to my thigh area, so that way my knee can stay in place, although it's dislocated, so it's out of place. But you know, when it comes to the main form of it, while it being dislocated, they gotta keep it, you know, the same way. So when I get to the hospital, the doctor can see what's really going on, and on the way, nothing wrong can happen, you know, like it's dislocated, and just like I said, it can't, you know, have any other wrong movement on top, so the situation can get worse. So that's what they did. And then I'm in bro, that was my first time in an ambulance truck. And you know, in Jordan here, you know, the streets are bumpy. And, you know, I was in a situation where any kind of movement, even if it was little, it could, you know, cause pain. I was like, yo, main leg.
Don't do me like that. He start moving down. Don't do me like that.
Tell that guy to slow down, please. I'm out here struggling to not have pain. And the sirens is different when you're like in the car or in the vehicle that's making the sirens, you know? You'll be feeling like for real you're the victim. But yeah, then we arrived to the hospital and they take me to a room. Now, mind you, it was like 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning, bro. So it was like nighttime. The streets were like really empty. Doctors are not really there at that kind of time. So there was that one doctor that specialized in my situation, and he wasn't there. So the nurses had to call them, right? Call him, and for him like to come and see what's going on with me. And I had to wait like 20 other minutes in the hospital. So that was like an hour up until somebody came to figure out what's going on with me, you know, or how to fix my leg. You know, I needed my leg to be fixed, man. I needed to walk again. The funny thing is, through all of these situations, you know, when I was down on the ground on my grandmother's house steps, in the hospital room, in the ambulance, I was laying down and you know, there was like 3, 4, 5 people that I know looking at me from the top. You know, I felt like I was shot, you know, everybody looking at me like something serious is going on. I felt like that one scene that was in Get Rich or Die Trying by 50 Cent. It was at that moment I was staring at the barrel of that 9, man.
I feel like 50 Cent. Nigga, I just got tried 4 times and I'm still living.
So finally the doctor arrives. Now, up until the moment when he arrived, they gave me like some type of, you know, pain relief needle. But when the doctor arrived and he looked at the pain that I was in, because at first he tried to fix my knee based on the regular pain relief that they gave me, the painkiller, right? So he can like do his work. And the way he like puts your knee back in place when it's like, let's say the kneecap in my situation was dislocated, he gotta like extend your leg, right? Because at the first part of the video I told y'all I couldn't move my leg, I couldn't extend it, right? It's stuck, really. And if you try to extend it, it's so much pain for the kneecap to get back in place in the groove. So he tried multiple times, he failed because I was screaming like a little bitch. So he was like, you know what, hit him with the morphine. I was like, oh shit, morphine? I'm about to be high for the first time. So they give me that morphine, and you know, I didn't feel anything, bro. I just didn't feel it. I was like, oh yo, is this the morphine that people talk about when they like take it to get high and feel all hallucinatory? It wasn't like that. I don't know if it was the pain, but it wasn't like that, bro. It was not. So I still had that pain, you know, it relieved it a little bit, but I still had it.
How, Sway?
Then the doctor looked at me and he was like, bro, we gotta do what we gotta do, okay? Then I was like, okay, you do what you gotta do. I felt like I was in a movie scene and something infected my leg, or I got shot in the leg, or I got injured so bad in my leg that they had to cut my leg. It was like that, bro. So he tried the first time and he failed. Why? Because I was acting like a little bitch, just like I said. He tried the second time, I bared with it, but you know, he failed at the last second because, you know, he puts both of his like thumbs on the patella on your kneecap when he's extending your leg. So I was like, yo, we were almost there, but I was like, bro, the pain was real. If you went through anything like that, bro, you know that the pain is real, especially in the leg, because you have the largest muscles in it, or like the little muscle that holds your shin to your kneecap, and your kneecap is connected to both of those like kind of muscles. So bro, the biggest muscles plus pain plus dislocation plus the weirdness that you look at when you look at your knee, bro, it was hectic, bro. He tried the third time and bro, I felt so sus at that point because they gave me like something to bite on. You know, when you're angry and you're in pain and you bite on something, they gave me that. What's worse was, bro, the nurse, the doctor, he was a male. He came to me and was like, you know what, hold my hand. I held his hand. Oh, bro. It was the most sus moment. It is the most sus moment, you know, in my life. But at the time, I didn't care, bro, because, you know, I needed to get rid of this pain, bro. Fix me right now. So I was screaming, going hard, going crazy, as if I'm lifting like 200 pounds of shit, or 200 kilos. In my case, that's how we're used to measuring the weights in here. So that happens. I scream as if I'm giving birth to The Rock. Pause. But yeah, that was that. And in like, I think around 10 seconds, the knee is back in place, and all of a sudden the pain is gone. Like, no pain. I only had that little bit of pain that you get when you know, recover from something properly, or you fix something properly right away. So I was chilling there. I was like, oh my god. And you know, I was really acting like a bitch, man. Like, listen, I had my phone in my pocket at the time. Then I don't know who it was, my brother or my mom on my side. I was like, yo, can you pull my phone out of my pocket? I can't move, bro. No, you can't. You can move. Come on now. You can pull your phone out of your pocket laying down.
Take me, Jesus.
So they end up giving me like this thing that you put on your dislocated part so your leg won't move. And in my case, my leg was straight. I couldn't move it at all. We get out the hospital. They gave me some medicines, right? And the doctor's instructions were, you know, for me not to move my leg for like a month. And on the second part of that month, you know, the second 2 weeks, I can move my leg a little bit. But me, you know, acting like the bitch I am, because it was my first time having something that serious happen to me, I didn't move it at all for a straight month, right? You'll be fearing that you could dislocate your thing again because of another sudden movement. So that was my case, or that's how I felt at the time towards my knee. After that month, I was supposed to get an MRI to see what kind of treatment I could have. I could have like physical therapy and be done with everything, or I could get surgery. Technically, my knee dislocated for the second time, you know, especially my kneecap. And when that happens, you know, your muscles can't take it anymore. The muscles that hold your kneecap in place, so they gotta reattach them to it. Because the second time you dislocate something, it's a high possibility that one of those muscles, if not all of them, is, you know, cut or torn apart. So you gotta fix that. But in my case, it wasn't really like that, but at the same time, it was like that, because the first time this happened to me, it was a subluxation. So, you know, my kneecap went back in place by itself. You know, it didn't last to the point where a doctor gotta deal with it. So I was 50-50, you know, I was scared, but I was like, okay, let me hope for the best. I was like, let me pray for the best, man. But then I go and get an MRI, and it turns out nothing is really torn apart. So they, you know, prescribed me with a physical therapy thing, and I started. But here's the thing, I had to start at home first before I, you know, start in a hospital or, you know, a medical institution, right? Because just like I said, I did not move my knee at all for 1 month. So, you know, that caused my knee to be stiff, you know, completely, to the point where you feel like you're paralyzed, as if you really can't move it. So I had to use creams. I had to use, you know, little movements here and there. I had to sit for a while with me, you know, step by step, bending my knee, letting my knee, you know, undry a little bit, you know, juicing it up to get used to moving again. So that when I reach the point where I can, you know, bend it fully, then I can start the physical therapy for my muscles to get back strong again and everything. And I had to take some medicines to, you know, play a part in, you know, strengthening those muscles. So that happens, and in a span of 2 weeks, I was done with the physical therapy. You know, through another month, I was practicing at home a little bit, you know, to keep up. Then my knee went back to normal, man. One of the worst pains that I ever felt in my life, man. I don't wish this on my worst enemy, bro, because the pain was real. I was good in a matter of like 6 months, you know, doing what I want to do, playing basketball, hitting them weights from time to time. I need to get back to working out because I'm starting to look like a skinny bitch, man. But yeah, it is what it is. Videos are coming back because, you know, I was going through a little something. That's why I wasn't posting. I'm gonna tell y'all in one of these up and coming videos what happened with me and why I wasn't posting that much. But anyway, let me know if you guys went through anything like this, you know, any physical pains. And yeah, like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you're new, and peace.